In a peaceful village, surrounded by green hills and flowing rivers, lived four inseparable friends: Ayaan, Bilal, Samir, and Fahad. From childhood, they were like the four corners of a square, always together. Where one went, the others followed. Their friendship was so pure and strong that even the elders in the village would say, "If you want to see true friendship, look at those four boys." Each of them had unique qualities. Ayaan was the thinker, always calm and wise, the one who made plans. Bilal was brave and strong, never afraid to take risks. Samir was cheerful and clever, always finding a way even in the worst situations. And Fahad, the kind-hearted soul, was always the one who put others first, even if it cost him something. Together, they lived a simple but joyful life. They would spend their days helping villagers, playing in the fields, or sitting under the banyan tree, dreaming of the future. One day, while exploring the forest, they met an old traveler who looked tired and hungry. Without hesitation, they offered him food and water. After eating, the traveler said, "You boys have golden hearts. For your kindness, I will tell you a secret." The boys leaned in curiously. "Far beyond the dark mountains," the traveler began, "lies the Valley of Echoes. Inside it is a hidden cave called the Whispering Cave. Legend says it holds a treasure beyond imagination, but beware, the path is dangerous, and the cave will test your hearts. Many have gone, but few have returned." The boys were thrilled. A treasure? A test? It sounded like the perfect adventure. "We should do it together," said Ayaan. "We'll divide everything equally. We started life as one, and we'll face this together too." All nodded in agreement. "One for all, and all for one," they said together, their usual motto. The journey begins. The next morning, they packed supplies, took blessings from their families, and began the long journey. The path was not easy. They crossed rivers on fallen trees, climbed rocky hills, and walked for days through dense forests. But their spirits remained high because they had each other. Along the way, they faced many trials. At one point, they came across a wide gorge with a broken bridge. Fahad, despite being afraid of heights, crossed it first to fix the ropes for others. Another time, Bilal fought off a wild boar that charged at them in the night. Samir used his wit to distract a group of thieves who tried to rob them, and Ayaan guided them through a maze of thorny bushes using the stars. Finally, after nearly a month of travel, they reached the Valley of Echoes. It was silent, almost unnaturally so. As they walked further, their own voices echoed back to them, whispering not just their words, but also their thoughts. They reached the Whispering Cave. Its entrance was dark and cold, with a sign carved in stone: "Only the pure-hearted may leave with treasure, the greedy shall be cursed." They looked at each other nervously, but entered with courage. Inside, the cave sparkled with gold, gems, and beautiful artifacts more than anyone could dream of. There were 4 paths, each lit by torches. Another message on the wall read, "Choose a path. Face your truth. Return with nothing more than your heart allows." Reluctantly, they split and walked into their respective paths. The trials. Ayaan's path. He found himself in a room full of mirrors. Each mirror reflected a version of himself, some brave, some cowardly, some cruel. A voice whispered, "Who are you, really?" He stood quietly facing his fears. "I'm not perfect, but I try to do right. I care for my friends. That's who I am." The mirror shattered, revealing a golden compass. A voice said, "Truth earns guidance." He took the compass, Bilal's path. He walked into a battlefield where he had to protect a child from arrows, though none were real. The voice whispered, "Will you risk your life for someone you don't know?" Without thinking, Bilal shielded the child with his own body. The arrows vanished. "You have courage not just in battle, but in sacrifice," the voice said. A golden shield appeared. He picked it up. Samir's path. He was placed in a room full of treasure and asked, "Take as much as you like, and no one will ever know." He looked at the gold, tempted, but then thought, "What about my friends?" We agreed. We share everything. He took only 1 coin and walked away. A silver feather floated down. "Wisdom lies in restraint," the voice said. Fahad's path. He came across an injured fox crying in pain. The path ahead was blocked unless he healed it. He tore his shirt to make bandages, using water and herbs from his pouch. As the fox healed, the path opened. "Kindness opens all doors," said the voice, as a crystal key appeared before him. Reunited, they met back at the heart of the cave, where a large golden chest awaited. The moment they approached, the chest whispered, "Have you passed the test?" The boys placed their items on the chest: compass, shield, feather, and key. The chest opened slowly, not revealing gold, but a scroll. Fahad read aloud, "You have proven yourselves. Treasure is not always wealth. It is the purity of heart, courage in fear, honesty in temptation, and kindness in pain. Return now with what you've earned." As they turned around to leave, the cave began to shake. Rocks fell. A large stone blocked the main exit. Panic began to set in. "There's no way out!" Samir cried. Ayaan looked at the compass, which began to glow. "Follow me," he said. The compass led them to a secret tunnel. The feather floated ahead, guiding them. The key opened a final door, and the shield protected them from falling stones. They emerged from the cave just before it collapsed. Behind them, the Whispering Cave was buried forever. They didn't have gold, but they had something far more precious: lessons and symbols of their character. The return. When they returned to the village, people gathered to greet them. "Did you find the treasure?" an old man asked. Ayaan smiled. "Not the kind you put in a box, something better." The four friends showed the compass, shield, feather, and key. "These are gifts from the cave. They remind us of who we truly are: a thinker, a protector, a wise heart, and a healer." The village chief was so impressed, he invited them to guide the village's youth. Over the years, the four friends started a school under the old banyan tree, teaching values, courage, and friendship. They never craved riches, because their wealth was in the bonds they shared. Years later, as old men, sitting together under the same banyan tree where their dreams began, Ayaan said, "Do you remember the treasure we never took?" Bilal laughed. "Turns out we didn't need it." Samir added, "We returned richer than we ever imagined." And Fahad said with a smile, "True friends are the greatest treasure." They all nodded, holding each other's hands tightly, still bound by the unbreakable chain of trust and love. Moral: true friendship is not measured in gold or jewels, but in loyalty, sacrifice, and love. Those who stay together through trials earn the real treasure of life: each other.